Attracting talent and more big events to Detroit. That's the big topic today at the annual Mackinac Policy Conference. Let's get out to Jason Colthorpe. He's live on Mackinac covering the conference for us tonight. Jason, this is always a big focus.
Well, KG, you know what it is no matter how many conversations you have with all of these candidates for whatever Michigan office, the conversation always ends up coming around to what is your plan to attract talent, whether that's right out of college or somewhere else, and keep them here in the state. Well, some news breaking today from the state level with grant money going out now for a program aptly named Make My Home.
So what we're talking about today is making it easier and more possible for people to say yes to living in Michigan.
Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, along with the state's chief growth officer, Hillary Doe, announcing $769,000 to go to 5 different groups around the state. The grant money part of an appropriately named new effort called Make My Home.
If a person is ready to take a step, if they're ready to build something, if they're ready to put an idea into the world, Michigan's the best place to do it.
The city of Detroit getting $210,000 of that money to help Techtown, New Lab, Bamboo, and the Detroit Economic Growth Corporation.
One of the things that this helps mitigate, we hope it helps mitigate, is the costs associated with owning homes in the city of Detroit. Not only owning homes, but renting homes, down payment assistance for single-family dwellings and townhomes.
Elsewhere on the island Wednesday, a discussion on how to keep Detroit in the conversation for landing big events like last year's NFL draft.
When we can attract these major events, not only does it bring huge notoriety to a region, it brings an incredible amount of revenue.
Yeah.
You know, the impact of the NFL draft was over $160 million of money outside of the state of Michigan coming into the state of Michigan.
Is it a situation where Michigan's got to be in better shape to compete with other states to make these other big events happen?
You know, we have all the infrastructure in place. What we don't have is the funding.
Yeah.
So what happens is a lot of times when we're in the bidding process, we're afraid we won't win. We're terrified we will, because then we got to come up with the funding for it.
Today is kind of educational for the entrepreneurs in the state who are up here and also the legislators to understand this big event funding is essential. If you want to say, hey, we have the draft and about 750,000 people, or we have the Final Four, you got to get them there with some financial underpinning, and that's the key to the education part of today.
Yeah, Mike Tirico leading that conversation. By the way, if you'd like more information on the Make My Home program, go to michiganlife.org. Tonight at 11, we're going to catch up with Congresswoman Debbie Dingell about the current situation with the federal budget. And we're going to hear from Mayor Mike Duggan, who just gave a pretty, let's call it a bombastic speech about bipartisanship. He's talking to the media just about as we speak. So all of that coming up tonight at 11. I'm Mackinac Island, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Always an exciting time. We look forward to your reports coming up later tonight. Jason, thank you.